Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Cavell. So today I'm gonna bring you this little install. I don't know if it's a fail or if it turned out okay, but this wig, this wig gave me a run for my money, and I'll tell you a little bit more about this little wig situation. So this wig I purchased from Lemoda on AliExpress. I was initially supposed to get a HG transparent 13x6, 20 inches. And what was sent to me was a brown lace 13x4, 20 inches. I'm still skeptical on the 20 inches, but okay. And just a little quick disclaimer, in no way do I want to bash any company or do I want to try to get anything for free from anybody. I generally purchase all of my my wigs or my hair. I don't ask for nothing for free. What bothers me the most is if somebody orders something and you don't have it, reach out to that person and let them know that you don't have it. Don't just send whatever you think that, you know, would suffice, because a lot of people, they're particular. They like certain things, they don't like certain things. I could have made a wig myself, like bought a 13x4 closure and made my wig, my frontal, and made my wig myself, because I make all of my wigs. This is the first time I've ever bought like a lace front wig off AliExpress or anything like that. So it's just one of those things where I really was disappointed, because the lady reached out to me the day after the wig was sent, and they said one of their new employees made a mistake. But if you made a mistake, I don't know, maybe you caught it and then that's why you messaged me, or you knew you were sending something else and then you covered it up to make it seem like, regardless of whatever, there's a dispute right now. But I had to do a lot to try to make this thing work. So I fumbled a lot in this video. It was just, and even now I don't feel like 100% with it in my head. But my daughter's birthday is on the weekend and I really needed some new hair, so I had no choice. But regardless of that, I think it turned out okay. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna cut it because I don't like how flimsy the ends are. It just, anybody knows me know, like, this feels like, because I curled it up, it seems like it's more hair, but it's literally like one bundle. That's what it feels like. Anyways, I'm not gonna ramble anymore. So I'm gonna insert the clips of the hair initially, also bleaching the knots, and then followed by the install. Lego. Okay, so that's the box that the hair came in. It really didn't have any indication that it was from Lemoda. So the style information of the wig, it's a lace front wig, straight, 20 inches, and the color is natural. And just opening the box, the packaging, that's just the style information again. So the wig, just initially running my hands through it, there was no like hairs coming out of it, but look how flimsy those ends are. And then that's a brown lace. Really is not gonna match my skin color, but I'm gonna try. There was a lot of little short hairs on it, honestly, and I hate like having all those short hairs, because that's gonna give you a lot of bulk at the top, and then the ends being so flimsy, so you're gonna have thick at the front and then just like really flimsy ends. I really wasn't impressed by the quality of this wig at all. And the front of the hairline is not really thick. They did do like a single knot at the front and then proceeded with the double knot. And there is 4 combs in there, 3 at the front and 1 at the back. And I'm just gonna do some quick measurements just because I want to know exactly what was sent to me. And so it is 13 by 4, and I was just measuring that, but I just wanted to also just measure the 20 inches. And what I wanted to show in this section was, once I grab the end of where it's supposed to be 20 inches, you can see all those hairs just like falling off, because it's just so short and majority of the hair is nowhere near 20 inches. I'm just going to be securing the hair and get that out of the way, and then flipping it over And this little eyelash was the only thing that had the Lemoda logo on there to let me know where I got my products from. So we're going to be using some quick blue and as well as some 30 volume developer, a mixing bowl, and something to mix with. And that's what I'm going to use to apply the bleach onto the lace. And then I'm going to also dye the hair black. So I'm just going to be using about 1 scoop of the quick blue, and you really don't need that much. And I'm just tipping a little bit of the 30 volume developer, slowly mixing it in. And you want the consistency to be very thick and not really runny. So pretty much just like how it is there. So that way nothing seeps through on the lace. Okay, so I'm just getting in a little bit closer so that way you'll be able to see exactly what I'm doing. So as I'm starting to apply it onto the lace, I'm just doing little tapping motions. So that way I'm just literally just tapping onto the lace at all. You don't want to brush it in or do anything like that, or else you may end up with like, you know, like blonde roots. And then that would be another process in itself just to try and correct it. Okay, and pretty much once you finish applying the bleach onto the lace, you want to make sure that there's nothing really seeping through onto the other side, and it kind of just looks just like how it looks there. Just making sure that I got every single area. I'm gonna cover it with some foil and just leave it for about 30 to 40 minutes depending on how you want, and then I'm just gonna wash that out with some purple shampoo to get rid of the brassiness. So once I've washed it out, that's what it looks like. I can still see a little bit of those like dark knots, but that's pretty much okay. I don't want to do another just in case the lace is just not strong enough. So now I'm just gonna dye that black, and we'll be right back. Now we're starting off with the install process, and really do forgive this little foundation that I have going on here at the front. I should have just taken off everything completely, but I really didn't. So that's just my braiding pattern. I literally just braid the front down, and then the back I kind of bunch them all together, and then I flip my hair up because I don't like when it's underneath the bottom. I get like little bumps, or like it just kind of issues me. And then the wig cap that I'm going to be using, it's just like some organ oil infused like wig cap that I just got from the beauty supply store. I'm also going to be trying the Bold Hold Active. So I'm going to be testing it out for the first time. I bought it on Amazon for, I think it was like $36. So we're going to be testing it out. And then so I already braided my hair and just flicked my edges back, so just to clean the surrounding. And I'm going to be looking in my mirror that's directly in front of me, so if I seem a little bit weird and not directly focusing on you, my apologies, but just take. Okay, so what I'm actually going to be using to clean like my hairline, I'm actually going to be using witch hazel. We're just like, what? Yes, so witch hazel actually can also be used as a skin cleanser and a toner. So I figured I'm gonna use this instead of just alcohol, because the alcohol can tend to be a little bit harsher on my skin. So that's why I just opted to use this instead. Starting off, I'm just going to be cleaning the perimeter of my hairline, so just getting rid of any of the foundation that I didn't get, or any extra oils or anything that may be in that section. And then just let that dry a little bit. Once I have that all dry, I'm going to proceed to putting on the wig cap, just pulling that down, making sure that covers my ear, and then I'm going to cut out my little ear tabs. Okay, so now I'm going to be going in with my Got To Be Freeze Spray, and I'm just getting along the perimeter and a little bit up into the front of the hairline just for proper lay. And you just want to make sure that your ear tabs are completely laid, because for me that's the part that tends to lift first. And I'm just alternating with my blow dryer between the hot and cool setting, because I find that that's the fastest way for it to dry. So I'm just going to repeat this process a few times until I'm confident with the way my cap is laying. So I'm sure you guys have seen this process before, so just keep watching. So now I'm just going to be cutting off the excess lace, and I have two huge scissors. I don't know where my small scissors are at, as well as I'm going to be using an eyebrow razor just so I can get as closest to the hairline as possible. I think I just cut myself. And guys, please just be careful. Like, I'm naturally just a hazard to myself, but try your best not to like cut yourself, because that tends to like irritate your skin even more, especially when you're gonna be putting glue on top of that and then a lace. So you just want to be very mindful about using the razor. Once you feel comfortable with how the cap is laying, I would suggest just cleaning off your hairline. Once again, honestly, this is the most important tip I could give you. Just constantly clean that hairline. And this is the hair that I'm gonna be locking. All I did was the knots, I bleached the knots, and in the clip you obviously could see that. And then off camera, I dyed it black. So this is my stain that we're gonna be installing. Now I'm going to be taking my Makeup Forever foundation with my beauty blender. I'm going to put that on the back of my hands and just apply that to the cap. Now I'm going to be applying some of that foundation to the lace, and to be honest, I kind of wish I hadn't, but because this is just my normal steps of how I apply my wig, I guess I just continue to do that without remembering that this lace was already brown, so I really didn't need to do that step of putting it onto the lace itself. So again, I'm going to be cleaning off my hairline just to get rid of any foundation that may have gotten on my skin. And then I'm going to dry that a little bit just to make sure it's dried before I start applying my glue. And then with the glue, I'm just doing like little dots onto my forehead, and then I'm just using the back of that little razor just to blend that in. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of just doing it on the start of where the cap is, and then just in front of my hairline, so that way the cap can also be laid down with some of the glue as well. And this glue actually dries really fast. I love the consistency of it. And with doing the little dots, it just kind of ensures that you're not using way too much glue, and also helps the drying process. I did a total of 3 layers because I wanted to be able to wear this wig for about a week without having to take it off. So I don't really think you have to do like 3 layers if you're not planning to wear it for that long. And I just went in with my blow dryer right after that just to help it dry a little bit faster. And I have the setting on cool.
Okay, so now I'm just gonna start the process of applying the wig. I'm just gonna make sure that it's lined up in the middle and that the ear tabs are gonna be in the right place. I'm gonna comb the hair back a little bit, get it out of the way. Normally, I literally cut the lace off sometimes, but for some reason, my first time recording on camera, I decided to keep the lace on and do it this way. But guys, just work with me, work with me. I'm just using the comb to press into that lace just to make sure it lays down really well. And while I'm laying it, I'm also just combing it back as well, just to make sure that the hairs don't lay in like an awkward position once you're just pressing that in. Because the hair is overall so bulky, I'm just going to be also adding a little bit of freeze spray to the hairline as well, and that's going to help to have all that bulkiness lay down a little bit more. And I'm just making 2 little cuts in the lace itself, just because that section is just bunching up, because I didn't cut like the sides of it, and also because of the size of the cap itself. So now I'm just going to tie that down and just let the melting process begin.
Oh yeah, let me check out my shirt. Ariame Daddy. Wavex. I gotta go pick up my daughter. Be right back. So I literally just went to McDonald's, picked up my kid from school. It's Friday, so we either do seafood Fridays or we do a McDonald's Friday. So did seafood last week, so, and I'm not cooking, so McDonald's it was. So I literally had to try to camouflage this while I went out. So meanwhile, the little lace at the back, I never cut it off. You see that? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is cut off this damn lace. So I'm gonna have to get in a little bit closer here.
Okay, fan break time, because literally this wig is just working my last nerve.
Also, I chose not to pluck the front of the hairline because what I notice is sometimes when you pluck the hairline and then you install the wig like the second time, you'll notice that it looks really thin and bald in some spots, and that's because the glue takes out some of it in the process of, like, you know, the removal and things like that. And I didn't know what the quality of this wig was gonna be, so I didn't want to go down that road of like just having it ruined like after the first use. Ow!
I told you how that was a hazard to myself, so once again, please be careful with the tools that you're using.
Thick as fucking hairline. I can't do anything with this. It's a wash.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go in with some herbal essence mousse and then just try to get rid of the bulkiness and just try to lay that down a little bit, because this wig, I just don't know about it at all. I have a very strong feeling that those tiny hairs that I showed you at the start of the video is what's causing it to be so bulky. So I'm just going in with a little bit more mousse. I'm perfecting that part a little bit more, and I'm just hoping that it will just help to lay the hair down a little bit flatter. So I'm just gonna put it in a bun, and I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of my freeze spray around the perimeter of the hairline, and I'm using my fingers to just work that hairline just to get a little bit of the hairs to kind of come to the forefront and just camouflage the lace a little bit more. I don't like to do baby hairs. I don't know how to do them properly, and I just don't like the effect of the baby hairs. I just kind of think they look very unnatural. I'm now gonna tie that down and just let it dry for a little bit. Now I'm going to be adding a little bit of coconut oil to the hair. I'm going to remove the scarf, and I'm just going to go back in with my hot comb again just to make sure the hair is like really laying flat, and also to help dry it a little bit more. I find that this speaks to the quality of the hair, because generally I'm able to just go in with my hot comb and then just do it, but as you can see, I had to do the mousse process and just do everything just to try to make it flat. Once I feel like it is how I want it to be, I'm also going to go in with my comb and just comb out some of the front of that hairline as well, just to make sure it's just not really hard and just tacky in that front section. And last but not least, I'm gonna go in with my curling wand and put a few curls in the hair just to give it some volume, because as I said, the ends of the hair are very flimsy. So this, by curling it, I'll get some volume.
So there you have it. Okay, I'm gonna come on in here That's the thing, the light is just shining on this bad boy, so it makes it look like, and partly it's not all the way dry, so I guess that's why it kind of looks like that. But I promise you, once I wipe that clean and put my, I'll try and do that. And there you have it, guys, the completed install. Please let me know what you thought about this little video. Leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And guys, thank you so much once again. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.